Well, hello, friends. I'm here today for another day of the 12 days of a woo woo Christmas, where I'm bringing in through some of my beautiful colleagues and my friends who are going to bring in some wisdom and just tools on how to nourish our souls this season. I know that it's a really wild time, but I'm so excited to introduce one of my beautiful friends, Emily Chodat, a medium, Australian psychic medium who does light language, shamanic healing, holds circles, you name it, she does it. And I love that my lights just flickered. That was so crazy. um, Emily also is a
Yeah.
key channel to my mother. So maybe my mom is here with us, Emily. But
Cool.
Emily, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Michelle. It's lovely to be here. And hello,
Oh, yeah, I loved
everybody.
having you on Wednesday Whispers this year. And,
Yeah, good to be
I
back.
always just love your perspective and what's going on in the world, like how we're exiting 2025, how to prepare for 2026, and just things like you may think, like what's on your heart today when you think of people, some tips on how we can get through the season. How can we get through the rest of 2025 and bring in 2026 really beautifully?
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about what I want to talk about and through some experiences recently, and also just what I do and who I am. I am aware that we are multidimensional beings. We are in this life, yes, on this earth, incarnated here at this time. But I send you an invitation, I suppose, to think broadly beyond your human existence and what that might look like, what that might feel like, even smell like, maybe, you never know, what might come through. And so, what I suppose I would like to talk about is broadening your awareness into past lives, future lives, concurrent lives. Time is irrelevant on this side. And so, if I were to offer anything to you guys here today, is to give you a moment to think a little bit more broadly around possibility and that we are at the core of everything that we offer. Connected to God or your creator or divine source energy, that light that resides in all of us, even plants and animals, um, structure in some instances, all has a frequency that we hold. And often I find myself talking to people, Michelle, you might find this as well, but we go through stages through our lives and progress, and um, we can say, hello, my name's Emily, and I am nearly 6 foot tall, and I'm this and I'm that. But at the end of the day, people, whether you're a medium or not, we are energy. And even the most skeptical person has a gut instinct and can feel things. And when we do it without knowing, right? Most of us. And attuning to that is the gift, is the invitation, I think, is what I'm talking about. And that comes with a patience with yourself. It comes with empathy towards yourself. And so that energy is what people read and feel into. And that's the gut intuition or the instinct that we call upon. So when I'm talking about, I suppose, multi-dimensional understanding, is that I particularly want to talk about, if I may, past lives and stuff. How does that feel?
Let's do it. What comes to mind is that saying that, we are a soul having a human experience. We're not a
Yeah,
human having a soul experience here. So what exists within the dimensions of that soul,
yeah,
including past lives. I love that because how
yeah,
do past lives affect us today? So
yeah,
I ask you
yeah,
to take us into
yeah.
that.
And I think how I see them are they're echoes essentially, and they're not just past, but that's how we as humans understand them to be, as past, as if we've lived them all. However, I'm not sure if some of you have ever heard of Dolores Cannon or had quantum hypnosis, quantum
Love
healing
her.
hypnosis. It's fascinating. It's just mind
I feel
blowing.
like so many people going through an awakening end up finding Dolores Cannon like on their YouTube or seeing her on
Yeah.
Instagram. Like it's just wild.
That really supported me through some times of seeing and having some visions. I was like, whoa, there's some wild stuff going on in my mind. But it was validated. And then 12 months after, it was validated through some work and development we did through external mediums who didn't know me from a piece of anything, right? And it was validated. So fascinating, right? So Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because we go through certain experiences in this life today, grief, trauma, loss, highs and love, all of the full compass of emotions. And I have had conversations with people, and sometimes I find if you can sit into a space or even just ask for these lives that are connected to your soul, could be harnessed in some way and brought closer to you in this life, you may have the ability to access more. And so often we can say, oh, I was a shaman or I was murdered in a previous life. I feel that. And some mediums can connect with that information, and that's why it resonates with you when you have these things. But I want
And
to
people
take you
also have
through.
other fears, like, I've always been scared of snakes, or I've always been scared of like bats, or fire freaks me out. It's usually because
Yeah,
our souls had an experience of that.
right. Of course,
For the
absolutely.
skeptics out there, Emily, like people who don't believe in past lives, what do you have to say?
I have to say, what do I have to say? Multidimensional understanding, right, is the fact that we're more than the car that we drive. How is it that you have dreams that might come true? There's just so much more out there than what we can prove sometimes. But, Michelle, you and I are the people that prove stuff daily, right?
That's
So,
true.
and here you are, friends, you are watching us. So skeptics, that's how it is. We evidential mediumship is it. That's where it's at. Like how can that work? It's because we have a broader awareness of frequency. That's it, right?
Thank you for
So
the
that's what I
clarity.
want to
Yeah.
offer to you guys is the ability to tap into that for your own benefit, to try and dip into your own healing or understand more things about yourself. Because, Michelle, what do you think about this? The more you understand yourself in some ways, the more attuned you can be to listen and hear.
Absolutely.
And that's how I know I became a medium. And I don't know about yourself, but
Mhm.
going through the stuff and then being able to sit back and retract, reflective consciousness, like pull out and go, but why? Why did that happen? And it's not just poor me, oh my gosh, why? It's like, okay, I needed to go through that so that I can be a healer.
Become
Or,
this. Yeah.
yeah, interesting. So there's something in that for everybody, I do feel. So I'd love to do like a little meditation, very brief meditation or visualization, I'd say is more so what it is, so that you may allow yourself to try.
Love it.
All right,
Good.
so shall we start?
Mhm.
All right, everybody. So if you are invested in this, I just get you to sit down, get comfortable. I actually find doing this in front of light really good. It helps with the visualization. Or dark, complete. So you sort of some looking into the sun, even shutting your eyes, or sitting out in the sun, or going completely dark. It just helps with the visuals. And I know some people aren't as visual in their mind's eye as let's say myself, etc. So shutting your eyes, getting comfortable, and breathing. You feel the cold come in through your nose and the warm come out of your mouth. Do that a couple of times here. And then feel into your human. Allow that breath to fill your lungs or your stomach. Acknowledge any noises or environmental changes around you. You don't need complete quiet. Just acknowledge them and then come back to your breath. Notice any aches and pains in your body, any itches, scratch them. And allow your human to lower down, closer towards your hips. And then with the next breath, allow your head to rise and your soul to rise. As if a light is coming on inside, you'll feel light within your mind. And keep breathing here. And I want you to find yourself in the here and now. I want you to go inward to the most truest version of yourself. Now, when you're here, it might be hard to see things, so go fluidly with anything that arises. If you feel yourself fall back and lay with the color of brown and earth, it might seem completely obscure. Don't worry about it. Don't make judgment. Just allow yourself to fall back or rise up or move sideways or completely change shape. Whatever comes to you, don't pass judgment on it. Just allow it to develop into something else. And I ask with intention that your soul self presents to you in a form that you can understand, whether it's color or you might even be taken to an actual setting somewhere here, somewhere in a lifetime that you can recognize. Perhaps you're a human, perhaps you have different clothes on, or perhaps it doesn't look anything like you can comprehend. Go with it, breathing here. Sometimes what happens is there's a true sense of home, and that home comes to us in a vibration of emotion. Sometimes there can be a thickness in our throat that makes us want to smile, or a tear might fall from your face. This is your body's way of communicating to you, affirming something. And so as you go into this space, take a moment and look around you into this lifetime, whether it is past or forward placed, and understand something about yourself here. Understand what it is that your soul is speaking to you about, even if it presents as a color or a symbol or a movement or an image or a setting of something. We aim to see the most truest version of ourselves. Now take yourself to another timeline, another setting. Allow yourself to wander there. It may be completely different. The other soul self might lead you somewhere else and join you. Allow yourself to blend into that moment. See what took place here. What are they showing you? All the while, you're breathing deeply. Trying to keep center. And now allow yourself one more lifetime. Here, you see a projection of your soul in a form that where you need to take something from this, an understanding, a feeling, something that your soul would like you to understand. And where, once you've had a bit of a time here with these lives, breathing into it, keep hold of what you see, hear, and felt. And allow your attention to come back just to the mind of this life in this human here and now. We're not going to come into the body just yet. We're sitting here and I want you to see your mind's eye and your crown illuminated here, open. A bright violet light surrounds you as you see the orchestra of your worlds coming together. Allow them to dance around you in the crown of your mind's eye, filling this human with information and knowing or experiences. And then understand that you will have had many, many, many more multi-dimensional lifetimes. May it be as a human, may it be as something else living, something like an animal or a plant or anything that has a consciousness, maybe something even that you don't recognize, a body of light, a mass consciousness, a rest life. And I want you to see yourself in your human form right here in this day, in the center of all of these lives. You're looking at yourself, or kind of elevated out of yourself at this point in time, but you see you're human because this is the most important life here in the now. What you are understanding is that you have access to all of these lives, all of these skills that you honed over a period of time in other timelines, in other lives lived, the skills, the losses, the joys, the highs, everything that you learnt from that life once you chose to go back to your creator, review it. There's remnants of these lives embodied here in the now with you. So do me a favor and line yourself in the middle up. Line all of these lives at the back of you as if you're standing in line for something, and then in front of you as well. See the versions of yourself, and even if you can't make sense of them at this point in time, just see bodies lined up or energy forms or color lined up in front of you, an infinite amount, and behind you with you being in the center. Feel the surge of energy as you do this rise within you, building this sense of power and knowledge that actually you have access to if you wish to sit with this more on a regular basis. Allow it to rise. And with this acknowledgement, tell yourself that I now have access to everything that my soul needs in this lifetime. Through this surge of beings that I am, I was, and I will become. Understand that we are one and that we will continue to blend for your soul's highest path. You are in charge of the information that comes to you. So as soon as you believe that you have it and that you will gain it, it is yours. Breathing into this space and allow the energy to fill you here as every single one of these beings has this color connected to their crown as well. Exactly what you're doing. And it reaches up, 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 and into your current human and into your crown, connecting you like an umbilical cord to every single one of these lifetimes. Some nice deep breaths here as if you see a download coming into you. And as you allow this to come off, we're not going to cut off our connection here. We're going to leave it. You're safe and you're connected and you're protected. So allow this information to be precisely what you need. Healing, recovery, knowing, learning, joy, and allow it to download into you as you breathe now and come back to your human. Breathing deeply in, allow it to fill every cell within your human. And I'll ask you to put your hand on top of your crown, on top of your head, and say to yourself either out loud or in your head, I now draw my power back to me and I give thanks. I am whole mentally, physically, and spiritually. As you bring your awareness back into your human, back into your mind's eye, back into your throat and your heart, And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and come back to us, knowing that you have a direct link to these lifetimes, a visualization that is very true, that you may do what you will with it.
Thank you so much, Emily. Gosh, so much comes to mind there. I yawned like about a million times. I feel like it helps regulate my nervous system for sure. And, a couple other things that come to mind is this idea of, that, well, our limitlessness and the fact that, all of these time periods that we've lived in have created us who we are now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And just knowing that also the like impermanence of everything, that even if we've struggled before, we've learned those lessons and we're learning them now. And that the
Yeah.
future versions of us as well will kind of be growing and learning from that.
And when we have these struggles or these illnesses or things that really impact us in this life, there is understanding or an echo from another life that can assist us. Often, from my understanding and reading through Dolores Cannon and the information that is around us, people that, for example, people that once were possibly murdered in one life will choose to be the murderer in another life. Now, I know that's a bit heavy, but the concept is there, right? The concept is that the whole idea of coming and being incarnated here on this earth is to feel and to go through both sides of the coin. So when there's great loss, there's always a great high and great abundance on the other side of the coin. So to find that energy and to let it fuel you to move through that sense of loss is what I'm asking you to think about.
Well, thank you, Emily. I also am just reminded of like this. I think I just saw some of like somebody else that follows Dolores Cannon's work. He talked about like it's really strange to think of like all the past versions of us are buried somewhere on the earth.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
right.
that kind of
Yeah,
a wild idea
yeah,
to think about?
it is. Or on other places.
Or other places. Yes, like my
You know,
star being where it's like galactic
yes, right.
energy.
I've
Who
been
knows
other
where we've lived
places, that's for
before?
sure.
But I just love that idea that like the layers to our soul, the
Yeah,
layers of who we've been, who we are, who we're becoming,
yeah.
are so interconnected and have so
And
many
nothing is by chance. Nothing is by chance. There's always something that you can take from the best and the worst situations. So being able to find a space within you to see that and be unbiased and look at the information and you harness that information is a power, a superpower. Yeah. Oh, I've lost
Emily,
you.
thank you for this wisdom today. And how can people stay in your world? What do you have coming up in the new year? What are some offerings you have?
So I do one-to-ones. My website is there, emilychodat.com. But I'm also offering a little Christmas channeled shamanic reading. It's a
Mm.
PDF. It's 35 Australian dollars. So if
Oh,
anybody gets this in
beautiful.
time, you can go and find the information on my Instagram or my TikTok, wherever. And that's a personalized message for you or to give as a gift, shamanic style. Um, but otherwise, I do one-to-ones or much live, you know, transmission on TikTok or wherever. So come and find me if I'm meant to connect with you. But sending lots of love and blessings for this holiday season from
Mhm.
sunny Australia. I bet you it's
Yes.
not.
And just thank you so much for like, taking my audience to like the outer realms of like our possibility and our potential. So
Yeah,
appreciate that wisdom tonight, Emily.
pleasure.
So many
I'm
blessings
always
to you.
here
And I
for the
wish you
weird
a Merry
stuff.
Christmas.
Bye, guys. Thank you,
Very much up
Michelle.
to you.
Take
Okay,
care.
bye.